Hello there, and welcome to the world of Pokemon. My name is Professor Jacob, and thank you so much for attending this lecture on Pokemon biology. Joining me here in this, I'm sorry, what is it? I've never been in one of these things before. What did you call it, Mr. Curtis?
This is a Uber.
I don't think you need to pronounce. I don't think you need to
Why
emphasize
are you saying
the
it like
words
that?
like that. It's very weird.
Just look at us. We're floating in the water.
We were already floating in the water.
Why are you saying that like it's a haunted house? It's not a haunted house. I don't know why you're doing it.
Wait, is it haunted?
Is it haunted?
I mean,
is there
there's
a
very
Gengar?
real possibility that it could be haunted.
Is it Gengar going to come out of the Suber and convince me to go inside of its mouth again?
No.
Okay,
No.
good.
There may be some Galarian.
Yeah, I can't wait to hear what this is.
Yeah, being in
you got
Kanto,
it.
I'm sure we'll see some Galarian.
It's gonna be so great when he figures out that Pokemon that he's trying to say. It's Galarian
hey.
something.
What are we going to see, buddy? Galarian what? What are we going to see out here in the Kanto waters?
Is it?
Corsola?
Oh, a Cursula.
A Corsola.
Or a
yeah,
Corsola.
A Galarian Corsola.
In
They're
Kanto.
ghost type, and they're in the ocean, so there you go.
Wow, that was exciting. No, we're probably not gonna see that because really the only Pokemon that we tend to see are the ones that we're learning about in
Sometimes.
this week's and the specific week's lesson. But who knows? Maybe. Anyways, joining me here in this Suber.
Uber.
Yes, Uber.
Stop.
That we're in because of an unfortunate mishap we had with our fishing vessel last week.
I know.
Mr. Curtis caused
a
another
Sharpedo attack.
No, it was not. It was a Sea King. Everybody heard it last week, okay? It was not fooling anybody.
We did record it.
We did record it. It's on the record. There's evidence of it to the entire world that Curtis caused another mishap.
No.
Okay, well, Mr.
A whale
Curtis,
lord
all right.
stepped on a Sea King, or a Sharpedo's tail.
How would it
Whale lords don't have
step? A
feet.
whale lord doesn't have feet.
See, Corbin hasn't even taken that lesson yet, and he knows.
Yeah, I know that.
He
Gosh.
knows, everybody knows that. All right,
And
but anyways,
Sharpedo
joining me
doesn't
here
have a
in
tail.
this
That was the joke.
Joining me here in this Uber is, of course, my wonderful teaching assistant, Mr. Curtis.
We already introduced
Hello
him.
there.
Well, I've
It's
said
a
his name. I haven't really-
Uber.
Yes, and also stuck in this very, very small, cramped Uber is our trainer in training, young Corbin. Mr. Corbin, if you
That's
could
right.
please say hello.
It is rather small.
Yeah.
Stop
how
elbowing me, please.
wait, hold on. No, how thick is this? How thick is this metal here that I'm hitting? Like,
Well, judging by
it sounds pretty thick.
The timbre of the ringing, I would say 7-10 inches thick.
what are you, a submarine doctor all of a sudden? What is this? But yeah, no, it's good to be here. It's I'm a little claustrophobic, so I'm trying to just keep it together and not freak out because we are in a very small metal tube. And Mr. Curtis, where is this even where's the Suber even going? Is it just floating in the water, or we have a destination in mind?
Well, it's definitely going somewhere.
Oh, okay.
Definitely.
Also,
Yeah.
So we
I
might
noticed
actually
there is
actually
no-
see a Galarian Corsola then, because we might end up in Galar. at this rate.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, with the rate at which the environment is deteriorating, I mean, Galarian Corsolas will be the normal Corsolas. I think they'll be everywhere.
You're kind of depressing me this morning.
Well, it is depressing. I've also noticed there's no pilot or captain or person driving this. What's the deal with that?
I had to put in a destination.
So you had to put in a destination.
Right. So I said home, but obviously I live in a forest. There's no ocean to my home.
And
So
also,
I'm not sure
how
where
would
it's
it
taking us.
know? How would it know what your home is?
I mean, my home address is in the app.
Oh, okay.
Right.
Okay.
So is it just going to burrow into the crust of the earth and just take us through a bunch of rock to get to your home?
I don't know. We'll have to see.
Well, I guess that's a broken submarine we'll have to claw out of when we get to it.
That's fine.
there's no pilot, and there doesn't seem to be a way for me to change the destination at this point. So we're stuck in for the ride.
This feels
Sounds
more
safe.
like an abduction, less than a it's less of a.
It feels a little bit like we're in a metal casket underneath the water.
Yeah, that's what it feels like. It feels like a death sentence, a trap, if you will. It just
feels
doesn't
like
feel
we're
like
kind of
a.
just waiting for death to embrace us. Honestly,
This doesn't feel like we're going on a ride, Mr. Curtis. I'm sorry.
Oh, this is a fun ride. Don't you worry.
I'm not having
Look,
fun.
I brought
think we should-
snackies.
Oh,
Wait,
see,
there's snackies?
What'd you get? What type of
See?
snackies?
Oh, what'd you
Right
bring?
here.
I hope some
Yeah.
dehydrated fruit.
What did you get? What is this? What am I looking at?
I might have some raisins. Here,
Okay.
Yeah, here's some raisins
worst
for you.
ones.
Yeah. Nothing
And,
that's gonna make me gassy. We are in a metal tube.
These are
Please.
some chocolate
could kill us.
covered spinnerack.
Ew.
Wait.
Wait,
yeah,
I
yeah,
thought you
Spinnerack
I thought
cups.
you raised them. Do you also eat them?
Well, I mean, you can't keep them all.
Oh, you know what? I'm gonna
Yeah.
pass on the chocolate covered Pokemon bodies. I think I'm gonna pass on that.
Well, they're like little chunks. It's not like the full thing.
That's somehow weirder.
It's pretty awful.
I'm good actually. Anyways, Professor, please.
Yeah.
Distract me from this.
Yeah, sure. A lesson. I guess I could teach you guys something while we're down here. Well, before I do that, I did receive a couple of a few more emails from students from my virtual students at home. I guess I'll read those to you guys first. This first one comes to us from Xander.
Okay.
He says, or they say, sorry, I shouldn't go around gendering people.
Yeah, come on.
I recently started listening to your podcast, or class, I should say. Yeah,
Right.
please.
Get it
I
right. Come
don't
on.
know what a podcast is.
I literally have never heard of one.
I don't know what that is. So yes, but you're correct in saying it's a class. And thought it would be awesome if you could find someone to animate the class and put it on YouTube. What's a YouTube? Is that have you guys heard of YouTube?
It's a video platform website.
I've heard of a Mew YouTube.
Oh, yeah. No.
Is it now?
Yeah, that's it. Mewtube. Yeah. I think they spell it like YouTube though. It's kind of like Spotify Gone and Flapple podcast.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, Mewtube. Yeah, we've heard of it.
Xander goes on to say, "Your class is hilarious, and it would be even funnier to watch. What is going on in class. Listen, Xander, if you know people, let us know because I would enjoy that as well.
Listen, that's a great idea, and it's one that we've talked about before. You find somebody who can animate the classes for us, and we are happy to do that for you.
Why should we work to make these lessons better? I mean, what is it, our class or something?
You think it's our responsibility to try to entertain,
to provide good content?
What is no? Like you're the listener. Like it's all on you to make this better.
Online student. If we're gonna give them a title.
They are online students who listen. So, Xander, I implore you to go out and find a freelancer who can animate and send me their contact info. I appreciate that.
In all reality, though, you don't have to do any of that, Xander. However, if a virtual student does find somebody who could do that, I'm just saying, that's a lot of extra credit right there. That's a lot of extra credit.
That is a lot of extra credit. That's class president worthy of a promotion.
Yeah, honestly, sure. We might not even have to do a.
Some would say that I might need to go find somebody to animate. Then I could keep my role.
Your title.
My title, yeah. But that is a good idea. We've talked about it. Yes.
So Xander's email finishes with, also, you need merch, like the shirt with a rat-a-tat on it, and below it would say, if it can eat, it can... did we say
Excuse
that?
me?
Did we? Was
sorry,
that
what?
something that we said?
Yeah.
I don't know, but I'm sure the principal would not sign off on that.
I do, I think we did bring something like this to the principal, and they were pretty adamant about the language we were using, and they honestly seemed irate that we even said that in class to begin with.
Yeah. So that was one of the reasons we've kind of toned it down with the language over the lessons. Yes.
And I've tried to, maintain order in the classroom, and it's a little bit difficult with Corbin, but
Listen,
he's a young boy, and he knows.
I am a potty mouth.
He is.
That's,
He is.
when we're not recording, you should hear the things that I have to say. It's bad.
It's horrible. It is mentally taxing to listen to.
You think I should be arrested for my rapping? You should hear how I talk when we're not
Yeah,
recording.
you must be a psychic type, because hearing you talk does psychic damage to my brain.
You know what? No lie. But yeah, we should sell merch. I don't know if anybody would actually buy it.
Yeah, me neither.
I think we like one person maybe would buy something, but
sometimes that's all that matters.
that's literally all that matters. Yeah,
Literally,
exactly.
that's everything.
Mm-hmm.
To know that there's one person out there strolling around, maybe, I don't know, the Kalos region or something, wearing a shirt that has our beautiful school colors on it.
Classic red and slightly darker red.
Yes, it's a beautiful.
Took the words right out of my mouth.
The best colors.
All right, I have another email here, or sorry, Gmail, of course, Gengar mail. Comes to us from Dustin. Dustin says, "Hello to the amazing Professor Jacob and the wonderful Mr. Curtis, and I want to say Torben."
No, it's Corbin. Do you have a lisp?
It's Cumbro,
Dustin?
thank you.
I'm sorry?
It's Cumbo.
No,
Oh God.
it's not.
Corden?
No.
I think he's referring to our trainer in training, Corbin, but
Yeah.
I don't blame them
Creambo.
for forgetting Corbin's
Yes.
name. He's very forgettable.
Oh.
It's okay, Henry. We like you.
Anyways, Dustin goes on to say, "I have decided enough is enough. We need a class president that we can trust with the job, and that person is me. I've decided to throw my hat in the ring. If I was there with you, I'd throw my hat myself, but I can't, so I decided to send my family's Delibird to bring my hat to you and throw it into a ring."
Well, good luck, because we're in a metal vessel underneath the water.
Once we get back to the learning center, maybe we can look around and see if there's a hat that's been thrown into a ring somewhere. Dustin goes on to say, "Now my platform for election. All professors will give their student Pokemon when they graduate from Pokemon school and learn about all Pokemon." Okay, I mean, that was a thing that I do anyways.
You do that anyways?
Yeah,
Okay.
I mean, that is... Well, I guess, wait, no, I guess I don't do that.
I don't know. Do
I mean,
you?
you're authorized to get
I am authorized, but I guess
you don't
I
have
do it
to.
every time.
Right. But you'll do it for me.
Maybe. Well, I mean, maybe if Dustin's elected president, I guess I'll have to.
Yeah, that's true.
Dustin's platform continues with, "I have also not killed a Pokemon like our current class president."
have not done that. I have not killed
I think
one.
you at the very
No.
least severely injured a Beedrill, if I recall.
No, I right? No. It
That was so long ago. I don't even remember that.
I definitely think you poisoned my Beedrill.
I think it lived. Maybe.
Maybe.
I don't know.
What a life.
I didn't check the X-rays. I don't know. Did it live?
You know what? It's been such a long time. I haven't checked. We'll have to. You know what? I was gonna say it did. It did.
It lived. So yeah,
It
you're
lived.
a liar. I didn't kill anybody.
Well, no Pokemon at least.
No people either.
Oh, you sure?
Yeah.
Okay. I guess it's a fair thing to be sure about.
Mm-hmm.
Dustin's Gmail finishes with, "Thank you, Professor Jacob, Mr. Curtis, and maybe Jorben?
No.
Sincerely, Dustin."
Gumbo.
Corbin. Come on.
I mean, they got very close.
No. Well, they missed one letter, and it's a very important letter because the C is what gives it so much personality. It's Corbin.
Oh, it's funny you should mention that because we are in the sea right now.
Beautiful segue.
And the Pokemon that we're learning about today often lives in the sea.
Is it Finizen?
No, it's not Finizen, although I am happy that you have been researching new additions to the National Pokedex. As you may have noticed, we've gotten a bunch of new Pokemon entered from the Paldea region.
Yes.
I'm very excited.
Yes.
It is going to extend my class a few years, but you know, that's fine.
Oh, not that far.
I think
At this rate, we're never going to be done.
and you know what? Doesn't that just excite you, young Corbin? Isn't it just,
yeah.
You'll never be done learning about Pokemon. Isn't that just an amazing thing?
At this rate, it's going to take years. I'll be at least 11.
Exactly why I've taken this class so many times.
Okay, no, we are learning about Staryu today.
Yeah, we are.
Okay. You made some weird noises there.
I was just agreeing. I was just saying.
Oh,
yeah.
okay.
Sorry.
Yeah, we're learning about Staryu today. I don't have a Staryu with me because I only brought, enough Pokemon for our last 2 lessons because I thought we would have made it back to the Surf Shack by now. So I don't have one with me. But
Oh, I can impersonate one if you want. Watch. See, I'll stand. Hey, Corbin, scoot out of the way a little bit.
There's literally not much
There's
room.
really
just
not
gonna
a lot of
stand
room.
like
Please,
this.
Okay, ow, you smacked me.
Can you?
Oh, I'm sorry, Professor. Oh, I'm so sorry.
Oh.
You just go like go like this, and you go. Yeah.
Ow! Stop! We are in a tiny vessel. You need to stop this.
Yes, please.
I can't fully extend my arms anyway. It's too small of a space.
Oh, wait a second. Wait. Did you guys hear that?
Yeah, I think so.
Oh, look at the window.
Oh!
I think,
my calls.
I think
it heard me impersonating him.
I don't think
I
think
a
it did.
Staryu, a Staryu just latched itself on to the front window on this Uber.
Oh, nice.
Well, hello there.
Hi, that's so coincidental and perfect.
So it's amazing that it happened right at this time.
Hola.
Yeah. Oh, it's waving its little.
Hi.
It's a little leg at
I'm
it.
I'm speaking Paldean to it. Hola.
Why are you speaking Paldean? It's not a.
I don't know.
Paldea, the Paldea region. Okay, so let's talk about it. So what are we looking at here? What does this thing look like?
Well, it looks kind of like a superstar. Am I right?
Yes, it is a star. It is star in shape. It's got 5 appendages. They're commonly referred to as. That's a big thing. Anything else? Coloration, important aspects?
Kind of gold. A gold star. It's kind of like when Mr. Curtis gives us gold stars.
Exactly.
That's like a living, breathing, I think it's breathing, gold star on our front window right now.
We must have done something deserving of extra credit.
Yes.
It has a big red gem on the front of it.
It does.
Yes, this is known as the core. And this is a very, very important part of Staryu.
That's not a nipple?
No, it's not. It is a core.
All right, well, you see my confusion then. Okay. Right.
Yeah, it could also be, maybe it's like a teenage Staryu and that's just a big pimple that it has.
It could be. I don't know. I thought it was pretty forward for the Staryu to just like smack its nipple onto the glass.
Can imagine what would come out if we tried to pop that pimple.
I'm gonna vomit.
Oh God. Okay, we're getting to gruesome territory here. So let's maybe direct our attention away from the Staryu for a moment, and I think we should read some Pokedex entries.
Okay, you just stay there, buddy. Hop on the ride.
Yeah, maybe you can let us know if we're coming towards the shore at a very fast pace.
Yes, please. Just give us a
with
warning.
No
just a
intention
heads
of
up.
stopping.
Just wave at us if something's wrong.
Sure, or make your fun cry that we all love to hear so much. How's it go again, Mr. Curtis? Yeah, that's pretty much it.
That's not what I heard.
Yeah. All right. Starting off in the Kanto region, the first entry here says, an enigmatic Pokemon that can effortlessly regenerate any appendage it loses in battle.
Kind of like a Slowpoke tail, huh?
Yeah. If I remember correctly, Slowpoke tails grew back pretty quickly. So yeah, this is very similar to that.
Love that.
I love that. I'm happy for it. I'm really happy.
God, so good.
Man, I wish I could do that.
I know.
Every time somebody says, give me a hand, I just cut off my hand and throw it right at them.
Oh, don't do that.
Funny.
And then when I'd say, oh, you're pulling my leg, they'd pull my leg off and I'd grow another one back.
Yeah.
Oh, God.
Yes.
Anyways.
I don't like it.
The next entry says, as long as the center section is unharmed, it can grow back fully, even if it's chopped to bits. The last entry from the Kanto region says, it is capable of growing back any portion of its body that is cut off. At night, the center core glows with a red light.
So we can see where it's going.
Maybe.
Or
I guess so.
warn potential predators. I'm coming
for you.
Coming. That's right.
Get out of the way.
I like that. Just a red dot floating at you among the dark seas. Ooh.
And then just from a distance, you hear the hurrah!
Skrah!
I'm like, oh God, I gotta get out of here. Okay, moving on to the Johto region. At night, the center of its body slowly flickers with the same rhythm as a human heartbeat.
Oh my God, we're all connected. We're all made of the same stuff, guys.
We're all made of Staryus and space dust.
That's right.
It's a little boom.
And if you think about it, I guess our heart is kind of like our core, although I don't think I'll be able to regenerate even if I have my heart.
I mean, we can try with Corbin if you want.
You know, I don't think we should chop up the kid in the submarine. That's me.
It's
I don't think
I mean,
Corbin, for the last time, that nickname is not going to take off. Nobody's going to call you the kid.
But I am literally a child, and you're recommending that we chop off a child's limbs in a closed submarine? Is this really why you wanted me here, huh? Is this why?
Listen, we've got limited limited people here, okay? We're in international waters.
No, we're not.
Professor,
We're not international. We're still in Kanto. I cannot stress that enough.
You don't know that.
That's a good point.
Yeah, we don't know where
we're in a tube. You don't know where we are.
We can't. It's a Uber. Thank you.
It's a Uber.
It's a tuber.
We can't cut off the professor's limbs. We need him to teach class.
He doesn't need a leg to teach class.
And I'm doing the cutting, so I can't cut myself off. So it's got to be you, Corbin.
It doesn't need to be me. I have a whole future ahead of me.
All right, we'll put that on the back. We'll put that on the back burner for now. We'll talk about it later. But for now, we got to keep reading these entries.
No, we're not talking about it later. It's not. It's not
we'll
a discussion.
talk about it later.
It's not a discussion.
Yeah, we'll think about it.
We have about a week, at least one more week in here.
Hello,
so
anyone who is listening. Hello, I am trapped in a tube with two adult men who want to cut off my limbs. Please send help. Thank you.
Well, we're not quite sure if Mr. Curtis is an adult or a man, honestly.
You know, sometimes, I mean, who really is a man? You know,
Man,
human.
Professor Palm.
What is the definition of humanity?
Now that's a real man.
Professor Palm
That's
is
true.
a real
is a
man.
real man. Wow,
That's true.
I envy.
Perry.
I stand corrected.
Perry is a beautiful soul. I wouldn't call him a man.
Oh, okay.
He's a Psyduck.
I guess that's
Yes.
true. All right, the next entry says, when the stars twinkle at night, it floats up from the sea floor, and its body's center core flickers.
It wants to go back home.
Yeah, okay. Oh, is that how you're interpreting that?
Mm-hmm. Is this our debate or our essay for the day?
What, does it come from space?
Yeah. Why does it go?
No,
why does it
but
flicker?
if you have something you want to speak on for that, you can do so now.
I'll think about it.
Okay. Well, I'll read a couple more entries and maybe you can come up with a better, because there is a little bit more on that subject in these next entries. From the Hoenn region. The first one says, Staryu's center section has an organ called the core that shines bright red. If you go to a beach toward the end of summer, the glowing cores of these Pokemon look like the stars in the sky.
I mean,
Not at any other time of the year.
No.
Just at summer.
Just seasonal.
Sure. And well, I mean, maybe that means that, you know, the patterns that they make on the beach are in the same like patterns as the constellation in the summer sky.
Well, they're trying to communicate. They probably think that there are other Staryus up in the sky. That's probably what it is. They're probably trying to communicate with them. Or they were from outer space. They were from a different planet, and they're trying to communicate back home. They think all the stars are their friends from out in the universe. Maybe they are. Maybe they're giant Staryus blasting their light cores all the way to Earth, millions of light years away, and we can see them, but they don't really know that because they're millions of light years old, their friends have long been dead for a very, very long time.
Yeah, we've had Pokemon from the moon, right? So why can't we have Pokemon from the stars?
I mean, there definitely have been Pokemon from space. I mean, I don't think any of the Pokemon that we've talked about so far have a proven connection to the moon.
Clefairy? Wasn't Clefairy from outer space? Isn't Clefairy an alien?
I'm pretty sure it's not proven that I mean, Clefairy does have ties to the moon, but so do Nidoking and Nidoqueen. Because remember, they all evolve with a Moonstone.
Right, true. Yeah.
But, you know, that just because it evolves when it comes into contact with a stone, that, by the way, isn't from the moon. The Moonstones aren't from the moon. I'm pretty sure.
I thought they were.
I'm pretty sure they just have, they are just called that because they, you know, glow like the moon.
Right. Naturally.
Makes sense.
Let me take a look here. A peculiar stone that makes a certain species of Pokemon evolve. It is as black as the night sky.
But it's called a Moonstone, not Black Sky Stone?
That
doesn't make sense.
That was a good point.
These people are idiots.
Who named this stuff?
God, Birch.
I would
Gotta
have named
be
it way
him.
better.
Cargo shorts wearing loser.
I mean, there is a dusk stone as well.
Yeah, I'm sure they found that at morning.
Okay, let's continue on. So yeah, I don't know. Maybe I'm sure Staryu does have some connection to space.
It's got to.
It has to. The next entry says Staryu apparently apparently, again, as in not confirmed, communicates with the stars in the night sky by flashing the red core at the center of its body. If parts of its body are torn, this Pokemon simply regenerates the missing pieces and limbs. So again,
Maybe it wants to be taken away.
Maybe. I mean, or saying, hey, come on down here. Earth is great.
Yeah. We don't know. Staryu could be actually inviting an alien presence to come to Earth and start a whole invasion and not even know it. They're not even trying to do it.
Where Deoxys came from.
What's a Deoxys?
That's a long lesson. We'll get there. We'll get there in a little bit.
Okay. Like, isn't like later today or?
Maybe.
Okay.
It's going to be a little while.
Okay. All right.
The next entry says, it gathers with others in the night and makes its red core glow on and off with the twinkling stars. It can regenerate limbs if they are severed from its body. Yep.
Beautiful.
The last entry from the Hoenn region says, it appears in large numbers by seashores. At night, its central core flashes with a red light.
Yeah. I think we've heard that.
Yeah, sure.
That tracks.
Tracks, yep.
This next one is going to sound very familiar. That comes to us from the Sinnoh region. It says, if its body is torn, it can grow back if the red core remains. The core flashes at midnight.
At midnight. Okay, that's not information.
12 a.m.
Okay, so now we just got nighttime before. Now it's saying at midnight on the nose, they start flashing. And it's only at the end of summer too, right?
It says, I mean, if you go to a beach toward the end of summer, the glowing cores of these Pokemon look like the stars in the sky. So I mean, maybe it still flashes. It doesn't look like the stars in the night sky at that point.
Possibly, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. Moving on. Nothing new here from the Unova region or Kalos region. Why would there be? Sometimes I don't even bother to read these to make sure they're not the same. I just know they won't be.
Ugh.
But there are some interesting entries from the Alola region.
Oh.
Yeah, the first one says, large numbers of these Pokemon make their home at the seaside. At night, a strange red glow radiates from the center of their bodies. Strange, bizarre. Ooh.
We don't understand what it is.
I've never seen a Pokemon glow before.
One might say it kind of blinks in a way that a heart would blink.
Some would say it's otherworldly.
Not from this planet, maybe.
Not of planet Earth.
Next one says, this Pokemon gets nibbled on by Luminion. That's a fun sentence.
That's a little tidbit.
What's a Luminion? That sounds like a makeup product for women or men.
Or men, sure, whatever.
Sure, whatever you want to wear.
No, it's a Pokemon. It's a water type Pokemon that we haven't discussed yet. Commonly found, I think, in the Sinnoh region. Luminion.
Think a Magikarp with fancier fins.
Okay.
And also, it doesn't evolve into a giant, water snake looking thing.
What's a snake?
Well, a water snake. So long things in the water. I think that's a fair term to use.
A water serpent, if you will.
What's a serpent?
Also known as a Gyarados.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Oh, I say Gyarados.
Oh, I say Jerry's Rados.
I will get to pronunciation on Jerry's dose later on. Anyways, so this Pokemon gets nibbled on by Luminion and others. Thanks to its red core, it regenerates fast, so it's unconcerned by their snack attacks.
Snack attacks. I've not heard of that move.
Snack attack.
There's a lot of rhyming in this entry. It's
Pikachu, use snack attack. That's fun.
Bites an arm off the Staryu.
And Staryu doesn't care. I mean, honestly, we could probably solve world hunger with Staryu.
Yeah, I mean,
that's not a good
and
idea.
Slowpoke.
This is going to turn into the Slowpoke tail episode.
What do you mean it's not a good idea? You were the one recommending we cut off Slowpoke tails.
Also, these aren't episodes, Mr. Curtis. How many times do we need to tell you?
Classes.
Exactly.
This is episodes of every class is an episode of my life.
What do you think this is? A silly little sitcom for you and the kids to enjoy on Tuesday night?
This is serious business.
This is a lesson. You were learning here, Mr. Curtis. I can't believe I have to be the one to tell you that.
Yeah, well, I mean, this is why he's class president.
Exactly, and it will stay that way indefinitely.
Maybe we don't know. We'll have to see. We'll have to see how the votes.
There are some usurpers.
How the votes ring in. Okay. The next entry says, in many places there are folk tales of stardust falling into the ocean and becoming Staryu.
Ooh.
Ooh, many places. So I mean, I guess
What?
does the stardust come in and then like land on like coral or something and turn it into a Staryu, or does it just fall into the ocean and then eventually clump together and become?
It's
Staryu?
about as vague as moonbeams from the sky forming Grimers.
That is that is true. I mean, it happens though. We've seen it. We've seen it happen.
I think it's water and sand mixed together with some stardust from the sky, and that becomes Staryu. So it's literally it's communicating with stars because it is a star.
It's dust from stars.
Made from stars. Well, I mean, that's what the folklore say. I mean, that's not.
Well, it makes more sense. I was thinking it's just an alien.
I mean, the thing is though, folklores are folklores, but when many places have the same folklores, I mean,
then it becomes a lore, folks.
You start to wonder: is it just coincidence, or is it some kind of actual thing that they're talking about? It certainly provokes an interesting research question, I think.
You know what they say? It's all folklore until it becomes lore, folks.
Oh,
now that can go on a T-shirt.
Now that is going. I'm gonna write that down. Let's go.
Write it down. Put it on a T-shirt. Write it on a T-shirt. Skip the middle, man.
Please rate this class if you would buy a T-shirt from us. Thank you.
Okay. The next entry says no number of injuries can bother Staryu. That's absolutely not true. We know for a fact that that's not true. Its amazing regenerative powers return it to its previous state in half a day.
That seems like a pretty long time, though. I mean, it's faster than what you could accomplish.
Yeah,
but it's still not as fast as like I've seen some Pokemon heal.
Also, I feel as though there's one very specific type of injury that can bother a Staryu.
Yeah, probably
right.
any sort of penetration through the middle of it, because then it's just dead.
If you shatter the core, I think it would be pretty bothered.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, a little bit.
Yeah. The next entry. So we're moving on to the Galar region now. The next entry says, if you visit a beach at the end of summer, you will see groups of Staryu lighting up in a steady rhythm.
I love groups.
I like steady rhythm.
Match made in heaven, you and me.
Just like a heartbeat. Just like a flashing of a heartbeat.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Beat.
To the beat of a drum.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Love it.
It's like an echo. If you walk along the beach, it's like an echocardiogram. You just see the beat going down the beach.
I'm sorry, what now? What is that?
An echocardiogram.
How do you know what that is?
It's the thing that when they hook up the monitors to you in the hospital and it goes beep, 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 it's tracking your heartbeat.
I think he uses them to monitor the heart rates of Spinarak after they've
Been tested on.
I don't know. After he's done some of his horrible experiments.
In the egg to make sure that, they're developing correctly, we hook them up when they do some strenuous activity so we can see kind of what kind of stress is going on in their body.
We?
That type of thing.
Wait,
yeah.
we?
Yeah. Me, myself, and I.
Okay. That's you and then two Spinaraks that you've named myself and I that's
right.
assist you with the experiments.
How do you know all this, Professor?
I've talked about it in great detail with the professor.
Yeah, I'm just making sure you know, Corbin. All right, the last entry here from the Galar region says, fish Pokemon nibble at it, but Staryu isn't bothered. Its body regenerates quickly, even if part of it is completely torn off.
Ugh.
Yep. What?
Nothing.
What do you mean, ugh?
That's the fact that people prey on it makes me sad.
Well, I mean, it's a delicious little treat, and it's not bothered. It doesn't care.
That doesn't mean we should do it. It's kind of like the Slowpoke dilemma. Mr. Curtis was an advocate for killing them or chopping them off.
No, I was not. I was definitely against you guys eating the Slowpoke.
You were 100% on it. Check the record. You were on the side of cutting them off and eating them.
Online students, virtual students, if you recall who was on what side of the Slowpoke tail debate, feel free to send us a Gengar mail.
I was on the right side.
WOPokemon@gmail.com.
Or you could tweet at us,
We need to learn who's on the right side of history.
I'm on the right side, and you can tweet at us, too, if you want.
Sure, yeah. But I will not tell you where to tweet at us. You'll figure that out yourself.
They know at this point. They got to
figure it out yourself. I ain't saying it.
If they don't follow us on Twitter at this point, they're just playing hard to get.
Okay, that does it for the regional entries on Staryu. I have a unique entry here. It comes to us from Ash's Pokedex. It says, Staryu. The core of this water Pokemon shines in a rainbow of 7 colors. Oh, whoa.
Ooh, this is new news.
That is new information.
Yeah, I was about to say, I think it always talks about red being the color.
Absolutely. But now it's, I guess, apparently, it can be a rainbow of colors. 7 colors, specifically.
Okay,
what
Ash.
do you think the colors are?
Well, red.
Red is 1.
Probably some yellow in there.
Yeah.
Some orange, blue, purple, green, yellow.
Well, let's be honest. Orange is pretty much just...
indigo.
No.
Violet.
Pewter. Cerulean.
Yeah, maybe
saffron.
Scarlet.
Violet.
Violet, maybe.
That's good.
Black,
Yeah.
white.
Diamond and pearl.
No,
maybe?
no. Picture in your head real quickly. Not just green, but like you think of a leaf, like a leaf green.
Oh, a leaf green?
A leaf
Maybe
green color.
Instead of like a regular silver, it's like one that comes from, the very foundation of your being.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
And naturally,
Like
when you think of like a heart of gold, you're like, oh, that's the color of gold in my head. That's like, I would call it a heart gold.
Or maybe like
Or
the letter
ruby?
X.
Ruby?
Maybe.
Sure, yeah.
Or the letter Y, perhaps.
Maybe a sword or a shield. Wait, that's not a color.
These aren't colors. Hold on. I think we're losing the plot a little
Sorry,
bit.
I'm running out of colors in my head.
Yeah. I'm really just naming things after ideologies at this point.
Sword and shield is an ideology?
Well, I was thinking, you know what? That's a good point.
Yeah.
Naming them after things.
Like physical items.
I'm just picking random items I see in front of me. There's a random sword and shield in the corner of the tube.
Why?
Here.
Who brought that?
I don't know. Why is
that
this
here
here?
when we got here?
Right.
Yeah, that was there when we got here. I don't know. This is just a sword and shield just lying there.
It's to fight off the Sharpedos. I'm telling you, they're bad.
Yeah, no, I wasn't saying colors. Sorry, I was just zoning out. And I said sword and shield over there in the corner.
Okay, great. There's more to this entry from Ash's Pokedex. So it says that the core shines a rainbow of 7 colors. And then it says a core that is valued by some as a type of jewelry.
See, now that's bad. Because then you're going to have
that's pretty bad.
people
You
that
got
are ripping
poachers.
out the core and selling it. All right?
Which does absolutely kill the Staryu.
That is, yeah.
Although,
Not good.
if you take out the core, I guess the core still is unharmed. Wouldn't you think that another Staryu would, regenerate around that core?
In half a day, no.
Half a
I
day.
feel like the core is the part that doesn't regenerate. So if you rip the core out of the main body, it's not going to regenerate a new core.
But the Pokedex entries say, as long as the core isn't damaged, then,
so
then it will
you'll
grow back.
You'll end up with a coreless body and then another Staryu.
Oh, yeah,
Or,
yeah.
no, I
okay.
think it's the same Staryu. It's the same Staryu.
You know-
I see what you're saying.
You know what? I know what. I'll experiment with this over the week.
No,
You're
not
I don't want
authorized to
that.
do
I'll
that.
come
sounds
back with
gruesome.
some
No.
answers.
How are
for
you going to
at
do
the
that
start.
in a tube if we're still here?
That is a good point.
Well, there-
Please don't open
There's one
any.
there's one on the outside of the
On the what?
of this, one on the outside
what?
of the suit. The
the outside. The thing
Right,
that we
the
can't get
outside.
to.
Yeah. So
the outside of the Uber.
are you really going to open?
I just-
You're going to open up the super and trap all of us in here, and then the water's going to flood, and we're all going to die, just so you can experiment on a Staryu? No, absolutely not.
Okay. All right. Well,
Good luck.
I guess not.
No,
I guess
I will literally fight you. That sword and shield in the corner. It's calling my name. I will pick it up and I will take up arms against you.
Yeah, it's pretty dangerous to have in this metal tube down here.
Yeah, especially if this super decides to do a barrel roll, then that sword's going in somebody.
Okay. So that I'm glad you guys are asking a lot of questions. And I never do this. I never do this.
Don't do it.
I've never done it.
Never.
What?
But
What
do you guys have
happened?
any questions
Are we gonna quiz?
about Staryu before we move on?
You ask this every week now, and you say you don't.
I don't. I really don't.
It's time for a quiz. I'm so excited.
So I'm guessing you don't have any questions about Staryu, Mr. Corbin? Or yeah,
Mr. Corbin is right. Thank you.
no.
No.
That.
I don't.
You don't? Okay, excellent. All right. Well, then it's time to move on to the portion of the lesson where I test to see if you've been listening, if you've been paying attention.
Woohoo! Quiz.
Poem.
Not doing a pop
Go.
quiz.
Poem.
Quiz.
No.
Poem.
Quiz time.
No, we're not doing a quiz, and we're
Quiz
not doing a
time.
poem.
Hey, don't rock the boat, Mr. Curtis. Hey, settle down.
Well, it's a Uber
Right, it's a euphemism. Sorry.
It's just Uber.
euphemism.
So I'm sorry, I was dancing, Professor. What did you say?
We're not doing a quiz.
Oh, bless.
No.
Yes.
You're fine.
I already did the quiz dance.
Well, it doesn't matter. Nobody cares.
Well, I know, and you can't take back the quiz dance once it's been performed.
Mm-hmm.
It's a sacred part of the quiz dance.
That's in our brains now. You've embarrassed yourself. No quiz.
No, instead we're doing an essay question today.
Ooh.
All right, and so the essay question is as follows. How does Staryu's core allow it to regenerate? So we've talked a lot about the fact that Staryu's core does, regenerate it, but how? How does it do that?
Can I change today's essay to be about it being from space? That would be more fun.
No.
Wow, rude. No.
Are you the professor? Are you Professor Corbin?
Maybe one day.
No.
I feel like we've already talked a lot about whether or not it came from space in the lesson itself, and I think we should, provide a new question here so you can have one that's fresh ideas.
I'll allow it.
That come from you. Okay. All right, so go ahead, take your time, write a well thought out answer, and then we will reconvene. I guess we can't really go anywhere else since we'll still just be right here.
We'll just be quietly sitting in this tube for a little bit.
Yeah, I guess I'll twiddle my thumbs or something.
Yes, please do.
All right, so I guess you guys have both put your pencils down.
Yep.
Have you both finished writing your essays?
Mm-hmm. I'm done.
Okay, great. Yeah. So would you like to go first then, Corbin?
Would love to. Okay, so let me tell you about how a Staryu core allows it to regenerate. And it's a very, very simple answer, and it's one that we already discussed. It's because the Staryu is made of stardust. Now listen, stars die and are reborn all the time. Millions upon millions across the cosmos for all eternity. It's a constant recycling of the universe. Now, there's an everlasting element to a star, right? So when stardust falls to this planet and seemingly creates a Staryu, according to the folklore that we talked about, this special phenomenon allows the Pokemon with the ability to regenerate parts of itself that were once gone, becoming whole again, just like a star.
I think you have a fundamental misunderstanding of the life cycle of a star.
No, I think that's how it works.
So the core... Wait, so the reason why the Staryu can regenerate is because the core is made out of stardust.
Yes.
That's
yes.
And you're saying that stars die and come back to life constantly.
And, well, everything is, cyclical. Everything regenerates. It's kind of like stardust makes it possible for Staryu to regenerate. Yes.
Okay, you're saying that the fuel,
because of its regenerative properties. Yes.
Stardust gives it regenerative powers.
No. You can't. No. You can't just say that it regenerates because of its regenerative properties. That is not a sufficient answer to the question.
I gave you the sufficient answer. You just choose not to hear it.
Okay, but you're saying it's the stardust.
It's the stardust. Yes.
All right, let's see what Mr. Curtis has cooked up here.
Okay,
see if he's got a more
cooked. I like that
better
cooked
answer.
up. That's a good. I am the chef.
No.
All right.
Borgy Borgin.
That's right. I have the snacks. I am the chef. Okay. So, Staryu's core is in fact a lunar panel. Like a solar panel that absorbs sunlight, but Staryu's core absorbs moonlight. We've already seen precedent of this with Clefairy, who absorbs moonlight on its wings in order to fly. It uses this energy to generate more body mass. This is also why people think these Pokemon come from stardust. It is not actually dust, but the rays of light from the moon that power their generation. This is also why they can flash light, because they're releasing some of that stored energy.
Okay.
I like it. I like that one. Very good. You took something that we thought we knew and kind of turned it on its head. You're like, no, they don't come from stardust. They actually absorb the moon beams, the X-rays from the moon that we do know have some pretty impressive powers. As in,
but you see, because you could see why ancient people. Oh, there's a half formed Staryu. Maybe got a bite taken out of it by some old Sharpedo. And it's sitting out underneath the moon, and it's regenerating. It must be coming from the moon dust, but in fact, it is the moonlight that is powering it. So
okay,
you can see where that folklore came from.
Yeah,
then
sure. And since it's such a common one, then there's got to be some reason why. All right, Mr. Curtis. Yeah, you get full marks.
Oh, thank you
for this one. Corbin.
What?
You also get full
Oh,
marks. This is
God.
more of a participation thing. It's not,
Precipitation, yeah. Yep.
Yeah, you got me. I almost said the wrong word.
Nope, you started saying it. I heard it.
Yeah, man, I'm starting to get cabin fever down here in this super.
I liked my answer, but that's just me.
Don't worry. The trip app on my phone that's telling me how much longer we have does say that we do have at least another week. So
oh no! Can we go up for air, please?
Do we bring food?
I mean, I told you I got snacks. They're right here.
I'm not eating chocolate covered spinnerack.
Listen to the sound. This is a shaky bag.
I'm not doing that. I'm not eating those. We're gonna starve. This is how we die, huh? We trapped in a small tube. Do we have enough oxygen down here? I'm gonna go crazy.
Sure they wouldn't allow us to take a trip that lasted multiple weeks and then not provide us enough oxygen. That's on Super.
Yeah,
that's absolutely on Super.
Right. So, I mean, can we go up for air at least? Can we go take a break, come back in the Super? Or we really have to stay down here without any sunlight for a week? Please.
I mean, I'm just saying, Corbin, do you see any method of controlling this submarine?
We have already been in here a week, and I've already felt like I'm going crazy. Another week will drive me insane. I will literally kill everybody here.
That's something for the students at home to look forward to, because today's lesson is over. Does anybody know who we're going to be talking about next week when Corbin may be out of his mind? It is the evolved form of Staryu.
Is it Star Me?
Yes, it is Star Me.
Wow. Oh, I was making a joke, like Star You, Star Me. Oh,
no, not Star You, Star Me.
Star I?
Star
He.
Star We?
Star She.
No, Star Me.
Star They.
Star Wumbo?
Star Jumbo.
No, it is Star Me. Yes, it is very difficult to keep these two separate, because, I mean, which one's the Star You, which one's the Star Me? It's very easy to forget.
How can you tell?
But yeah, that's who we'll be learning about next week, and hopefully we can all form coherent sentences at that point.
I'm not looking forward to this. Is going to be a very rough next lesson.
Okay.
In the meantime,
who wants to play charades? I'm ready.
All right. Yes, Corbin, please play charades with Mr. Curtis while I tell the virtual students how to contact us.
Okay, we'll quietly play charades. Okay, all right. Here you go.
Yes, I mean that is the whole point of charades, is that it is quiet. No, don't stop making noises, please.
No, you're trying to guess what I'm doing. We can't.
Oh, I thought I had to respond without talking.
All right, yes, very quietly. Anyways, in the meantime, while we're waiting down here in this Uber, if you students at home would like to get in contact with us, you can still contact us via Gengar Mail.
Tree.
It is wwopokemon@gmail.com.
Rock.
If you don't have a Gengar Mail account, that is absolutely fine. You can
Pancake.
also find us on the flying Pokemon-themed social network site.
A brownie.
Twitter.
Oh.
We are there at WWOPokemon as well. Also, if you've been enjoying these lessons, I know we've been away from the Saffron City Learning Center for a while now, but if you're still enjoying them, please recommend them to another potential student who you think might be really interested in Pokemon biology. That's the best way to, increase our class size.
A toenail.
Also, you can give us a rating on Flapple Podcast or Spotify. That also helps a lot. But that's going to do it for today's lesson. Until next week.
It's a Rowlet.
No,
it's
Corbin.
a Rowlet.
No, gosh, Corbin. It was a bicycle. God. You can't even.
That was so close.
Class is dismissed. Welcome to the World of Pokemon is a part of the Pokecasters Network.